for the Patriots. Sunday morning news. Sunday morning, November 2nd, 2014. Welcome to Sunday morning, November 2nd, 2014. Here are your news headlines here at our top story at 8 o'clock in the morning time. Here is the Earth is locked in an irreversible course of climate disruption from the buildup of greenhouse gases to the atmosphere, and the impacts will only worsen unless nature's greatest dramatic cuts in pollution of the international panel of climate scientists in Copenhagen, Denmark. A Mexican judge tonight ordered the immediate release of a jailed U.S. Marine veteran 8 months after he was jailed for crossing the border with loaded guns. In Baghdad, Islamic State groups extremists lined up and shot dead at least 50 Iraqi tribesmen, women, and children Sunday. Officials said the latest mass slain by militants who have killed some 150 members of the tribe in recent days. In Dakar, Ouagadougou, Army are taking the streets again Sunday this time to protest the army, which the political opposition says to try to confiscate the people's asset of President Blaise Compaoré. It could be a year before the federal investigators have any answers what caused the Virgin Galactic spacecraft to crash, but that should have stopped the company from pursuing the space tourism ventures. Police are looking to 2 people who abandoned their SUV after the vehicle fatally struck 3 teenage girls who were trick-or-treating in the Los Angeles area. In Donetsk, separatists in eastern Ukraine voted Sunday in controversial Russian-backed leadership elections at Kiev that branded a power grab and the West condemned. In Tehran, Iran, Iranian-British woman detained while trying to attend a men's volleyball game has been sentenced to 1 year prison, the lawyer said on Sunday. Boko Haram denies ceasefire, says schoolgirls married off. Hong Kong police said that they arrested a 4 men suspected of killing 2 women, including one who was found in a suitcase in the balconies of a men's upscale apartment. In Manhattan, Kansas State football coach Bill Snyder apologized late Saturday for appearing in the television advertisement endorsing U.S. Senator Pat Roberts. In Mobile Station in Vermont, James Madison's historic state will get a $10 million boost to its restoration campaign. David Rubenstein, a former advisor to the President Jimmy Carter, has pledged the money to Montpelier, Madison's 2007-acre plantation. In London, data from both sides of the Atlantic will give clues in the coming week of just how bad the Eurozone economy is and just how sustainable it is to the U.S. Last year, healthcare, the federal government's website to help people sign up health insurance was riddled with technological bugs from slow loaded times and cuts and error messages and even keeps them from accessing their health insurance. The FCC is reportedly looking to reportedly regulate internet service providers as public utilities in spite of the proposal's tougher sets at ISPs and is centered around criticism from net neutrality advocates. As lawmakers shine a spotlight on how nation's highway safety watchdog was handled the recall of nearly 8 million vehicles over faulty airbags, the subject of geographic recalls will be taking some of the heat. In San Francisco, called Walmart versus Apple, QR versus NFC checking accounts versus credit cards, whatever you call it, when 2 pharmacy chains recently disabled Apple Pay in their stores, it was clear that the battle line was drawn in the coming. In the past year, Saturday Night Live was widely criticized for its lack of diversity. How a new black cast member followed the public pressure debuted his first Black Weekend Update cast member, and from the Warner's Web brought out another black cast member as Chris Rock and Prince take the stage. He was the first appearance on the Saturday Night Live for Chris Rock since he was fired as an original cast member back in 1993. It's here the official trailer for Furious 7 started late. Paul Walker, the Fast and Furious Facebook page, has been promoted. The trailer's debut for the past 7 days with cast and reviews and far back to mass movies featuring Walker and Vin Diesel. Greetings, fans. Disney's 7 Dwarfs Mine Train now open about Chiquita is fire sparked by pyrotechnics closes at Disney World ride. An emerging infection comparable to one that has brought the extinction of hundreds of frog and toad species around the planet has killed salamanders in Europe and could quickly spread to the United States with disastrous effects, scientists reported. Astronomers have observed a faded, ghostly glow of stars belched from a galaxy that NASA said were gravitating toward apart several billion years ago. Archaeologists have tried hard to solve the mysteries revolving around the massive circle structures known as the big circles that are around the Middle East that are found. The only person in the United States currently being treated for Ebola was upgraded to stable condition on Saturday, and a Dallas nurse who recovered from the disease was reunited with her dog, which had been kept in quarantine as a precaution. One of the biggest hospital chains, Dignity Health, originated from California, has agreed to pay $37 million in the government in compensation for having her in charge of the Medicare program. Ebola cases are continuing to rise fairly quickly in areas of Sierra Leone. The International Campaign Group has said. It has long been conventional wisdom if you want strong bones meant to be an essential part of your diet. The high levels of protein and calcium have long been touted as being beneficial to health. Recent study researchers have observed. As high consumption of milk is bad for bones. Take a look at New England alerts here. Last night, Boston, Massachusetts, a first alarm fire at 134 West South Street. The CD reports basement fire. There's a small fire. And on 837 Beacon Street, it's St. Floyd as a fourth alarm fire. The UD commands advised heavy fire to all floors of 4-story wood and brick structure. Take a look at Fox News here. It is a big showdown here. A big showdown in Gillette here as the Red Hot Tom Brady and New England Patriots square off against Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos. And the Broncos are come out. Peyton Manning will have to deal with chilly temperatures Sunday when they pay a visit to New England to face Tom Brady and Patriots. Game time 4:25. Ole Miss lost more than the game on Saturday. The Rebels also lost their best offensive player, wide receiver Laquan Treadwell was headed into when the guard scored late in the game with Auburn, but an awkward tackle at the goal line not only booked his bounce, but it twisted his ankle as they bet for playoff projection. Mariota looks. Oakland State Thunder star point guard Russell Westbrook has surgery to repair the broken bone in the suitable head. Saturday will be silent for at least 4 weeks. Last night, the Boston Bruins defeated the Ottawa Senators 42 at the Garden. Next up for the Bruins will be taking on the Florida Panthers on Tuesday night. The New England Revolution defeated the first leg of the playoffs over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Columbus Screw 4-2. Game 2 will be at Gillette next Sunday, and the Boston Celtics lose to the Houston Rockets down to Houston 104-90 here. Next up, the Celtics will be in Dallas taking on the Dirk Nowitzki and Dallas Mavericks tomorrow night. Peter Joe News Time, 8:07. It is time now for a traffic report to take a look at the traffic. See that it's all green on the meters on all the highways around the region here. As we got a traffic incident on 495 southbound in Bolton here, and we got also the road construction right lane closed on Mass Pike eastbound between interchange 20. Also batted tolls eastbound at the Prudential Tunnel in Boston here. And 120 and accident to Route 130 in Canton here. But otherwise, a smooth sailing commuter. And let's take a look at the weather here. And it is going to be a windy, wet, and raw day on tap as we are under a wind advisory in effect until 6 p.m. this evening as location renowned in much of eastern Massachusetts. Winds 20 to 25 miles by the north with gusts up to 50 miles an hour. In time, strongest gust winds will be occurred by early afternoon that impacts power lines, trees, and tree limbs may be down. By these winds and foliage or partially leaf trees will be the most susceptible to the damage, and scattered power outages are possible. Driving can also be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Day 1 today, tonight, wind advisory. Day 2 for summer, Monday for Saturday. No hazard weather expected time. And take a look at the power outages there. And National Grid so far has 752 customers without power as of 8:05 this morning here. And take a look at NSTAR, 7,429 customers in the dark here. Where the most people on the Cape and Islands, 1,090 customer outages in Falmouth, 1,443 customers in Hyannis, 504 customers in Sandwich, and 592 customers in Bourne. So, the Cape and Islands are getting the most impact on the winds there. But take a look at a 7-day forecast. It goes like this here. Friday, rain and snow like before 11 a.m. Then a chance of rain. Clouds got to have about 41 degrees. Breezy with a northwest wind about 20-23 miles per gust size. 44 miles per transpiration 6%. Little nose 3 accumulation expected. For that, most of the got a low about 25 degrees. Northwest wind about 10 to 18 miles per gust size. 31 miles per hour. Monday, south got about 47 degrees. And west wind about 9 miles per gust size. 23 miles per hour. Monday night, most of the got a low about 31 degrees. And west wind about 6 miles per hour. Common evening. Tuesday, most of the got about 57 degrees. And calm wind becoming southwest by 5 miles by the afternoon. So that, most clouds got low about 44 degrees. Wednesday, most of the clouds got about 62 degrees. On that, chance of rain, most clouds got low about 45 degrees. And transpiration is 30%. Thursday, chance of rain, most clouds got high about 58, low about 47 degrees. And transpiration is 50%. For Friday, at chance rain, podcast skies. The podcast got high about 55, low about 35 degrees. And chance of precipitation range is 30 to 50%. And for Saturday, most of the skies got about 48 degrees. North temperature 38 degrees with light rain and fog mist and winds. Set it north at about 13 gusts up to 28 miles per hour. That's gonna be the Spirit Child Morning News on this Sunday morning, November 2nd, 2014. Be Wiggins today. Have a good day with a good bye today, all. See you for an afternoon report at 12:30. Have a good day.